Hey guys, I'm back and we are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. We're going to be doing another copper drop stream. We're going to be checking out another reward that you can earn for free. But again, time, effort is involved in this one. And this one definitely involves a little bit of extra time and effort. This was a reward that was part of an event or is part of an event that has been running from the beginning of season 4, or at least shortly after the launch of season 4. Not sure exactly when it kicked off. But yeah, it's been going on since then. But they've sort of been piecemealing what you can unlock over the weeks, from the launch. So you couldn't necessarily get this reward right off the bat. It only became available recently. But hopefully, if you wanted this reward, you'd have been working towards unlocking some of the stuff in the event over the course of the launch of season and the launch of the event. So what am I talking about? Let's go ahead and check this out. So yeah, we're talking about the Critical Countdown event. There's only 3 days left as of the stream, so there's not much time left for you to complete this one. And it is, I mean, I've seen some people putting some videos that there are ways to farm this event, the challenge, at least for the event. But I don't know, like, I didn't watch them because I'd already completed the event, so it didn't really interest me, the farming methods. But basically, the challenge for this event was revolving around playing the game, whether it be multiplayer zombies or Warzone. And by doing so, there were different ways where these kind of little DNA strips would pop out. Like in multiplayer, if you eliminated enemies, that was the normal way of the thing. Some of the enemies will drop these various colors of DNA strips. And it just basically revolved around you collecting the DNA strips, and if you collected enough of them, you would unlock the various tracks for each color set of each color set of DNA strips. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're not going to be checking out the mastery reward, which is the World Ender Blueprint. And I don't think I will be doing a stream checking that out. Maybe at the end of the stream, if I remember, we'll take a peek at it visually, but we won't play with it. But what we're going to be doing in this particular stream is we're going to be checking out this, I guess it's the pink color DNA strip, or the Gua, G-U-A, is that? I don't know how to say that. Gua DNA strip. And what you need to do is there's only 2 tiers in this particular set of track. And to unlock this Exerting Control Universal Camo, you need to collect 6,250 valued of this Gua strip, DNA strip. I'm definitely saying that word wrong, so I'm gonna just say pink strip, right? So yeah, that's what you want to be grabbing. Now, I don't know the exact values in the various modes, but I'm pretty sure like each strip that you collect in multiplayer added to more than just a single tick. So it's not asking you to collect 6,250 DNA strips of this pink color. It is significantly less than that, but it is still a chunky amount that you need to collect, right? And at the same time, while collecting these that fall from, like I said, wherever you're earning them, I think in like zombies and multiplayer, in zombies, if you kill or eliminate zombies, they drop it, or if you loot the like chests, they also like drop some of the strips, various color strips. And I think similar to that is in Warzone, by looting up and all the strips pop out of the like loot boxes and all that. I think that's how it's working in the other modes. Like I said, I haven't played them. But yeah, you can, while doing this, like because the different colors drop randomly or seemingly randomly, you can work on all the colors simultaneously. It's not like you need to complete one to move on to the next one or the other, anything like that. What they did with this event, though, was like over the weeks, you could only unlock a certain amount from each track, right? So like they kind of limited the unlock Like they had locked certain of the like tiers out as the weeks progressed, right? And like this particular track wasn't available until like the previous week, and then the final tier for this track only became available this week. So technically you couldn't complete this challenge, but you could make progress, slow progress to completing it over the course of the weeks. So yeah, like I said, this one we're going to be specifically just checking out the Exerting Control camo for this one. And like I said, 6,250 of this pink colored DNA strip. Now, obviously, it's near the end of the event. All the tracks are unlocked, so you can basically collect enough to complete the entire thing. And theoretically, even though it's only 3 days, if you put in enough time, you should be able to complete this event in its entirety. So it's not impossible, but it will probably require you to play the game quite a lot. So again, I don't know the methods of farming it, if there's a more like significantly more efficient way. When this event kicked off, I think I saw one video where it did mention zombies might be a good mode, but I just don't know. I don't know whether that's true or not. I just played multiplayer. So yeah, that's the challenge. That's what you need to do. Let's go ahead and take a peek at this reward. Is there any preview for this on this? No. Huh? All right, let's just go here. So the Exerting Control camo, it's gonna, once you do unlock it, you go into the camo section. It's be listed in the event tab currently, and there she is. It's a pretty basic, straightforward camo. Doesn't seem to be any like animation or anything like that as far as I'm seeing at the moment. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what you get. It's not the mastery reward. Like I said, it's just one of the base tier rewards, but universal camo, so you can utilize it on all your weaponry and stuff like that. Now, with all my universal camo streams, what I like to do is we'll play quick play, and based on the map, I will pick a weapon, and over the course of the stream, we'll hopefully play through all the different weapon types at least once. And for the assault rifle, we'll be using the MTZ 556. Battle rifle, we've got the SOA Subverter. SMG, we've got the WSP Swarm. Shotgun, we've got the Haymaker. LMG, we've got the light machine, the Holger 26. Marksman rifle, we've got the KVD Enforcer. Sniper, we've got the XRK Stalker. Handgun, we've got the Core 45. And melee weapon, we'll run around with the Soul Renderer. So yeah, that's the reward on the various weapons, and those are the weapons we will be using. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Again, limited time event, so at the end of the event, I don't know, they'll probably lock out the rewards like they do. So if you want it, make sure you jump on sooner than later. And if you're watching the stream in the archives, it might be too late or very little time, so I don't know, just depends. The camo looks fun and all that, and it's, I'm not totally certain, but there might be some glow-in-the-dark features to this, possibly. We'll have to see it in a different lighting condition, but it looks when he's going into like shadowy areas, the greens and the oranges might be glowing, but I could be wrong about that. Or not glowing, just lit up, illuminated. Also, just heads up, timestamps will be in the description once the stream goes into the archives. So if you want to see a specific gameplay or weapon type preview, There'll be timestamps. Yeah, definitely glow in the dark action. I'm gonna switch to SMG.
Target area located. Secure the hard point. Hard point compromised. Secure the area.
This is distracting.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Oh yeah, definitely glow in the dark. Or illuminated.
Friendly cluster mine planted. Friendly UAV online. Standing by. Enemy overwatch reloading ground. Confirming next stand by. Target area. Hostile cluster mine detected. Hostile advanced UAV overhead. We lost the lead. Hard point reloaded. Stand by.
I tried to mark it for him.
Enemy kill streak marked.
Enemy UAV active. Friendly UAV on station. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
I meant to throw that on the truck.
Confirming
Hey.
hard point compromised. Secure the area. Target area updated. Move to the hard point. Hostile UAV in the area. We've secured the lead. Friendly precision airstrike inbound. Relocated. Stand by. Friendly UAV online. Enemies inside the perimeter.
What is this fucking proxy mine bullshit?
Secure the area. Enemy
That nearly went poorly for me.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Aye.
Stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter.
I can't jump out of this. Okay.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
Why is this guy here, man?
Compromised. Secure the area. Deploy. Hostile UAV in the air. Confirming next target. Stand by.
Just want to see something.
Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
Oh, you can see the kind of like wording and stuff like that on it.
Stand by.
Move, man. What are you doing? Like the symbols for the like buttons. That's cool. That's like a nice touch.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Hey, enemy lead.
Ready to deploy. Hardpoint relocated. Standing by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
Hey, Chicho, don't, man. What are you doing, man? Chicho. Just pause, man. Come on. Why you always shove your nose there, man? Come on.
Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Target area up. Move to the hardpoint. We have taken the lead. Enemies inside the perimeter. We've lost the lead. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Eh.
The enemy holds the lead. Clock ticking.
Good. When they spawned you, I just presumed they had cleared it.
Secure the area.
I'm out of ammo. Dang it.
Secure the area.
Stay here. Don't run off.
Target down. Trophy system activated.
Friendly cluster.
Hey, didn't we win?
The mission is complete. Good work.
Dude, the WSP Swarm. I don't know why I was messing around with the other like SMGs. This is so much better. Just the addition of the glow-in-the-dark action, like it makes the like camo from what I thought was mediocre so much better. Even yesterday's one. Just the like, you know, that small touch adds value.
Domination. Secure and hold the objectives. We cannot lose here. Charlie secure. We have taken the lead.
And I like the two-color glow-in-the-dark action. Like the fact that there's two colors.
We're taking Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. Recontrol Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo. We control two objectives. Enemies taking Bravo.
I mean,
We've lost Bravo.
why is AFK out there?
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Yeah, this guy, man, really.
Objective Bravo secure. Enemy securing Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo. We've secured 2 objectives.
What is going on here, man? What are these guys doing? This is the fucking weirdest fucking enemy team I've ever fucking played, dude. Doing some super cheeseball shit, dude.
Friendly airstrike in the AO. Enemies taking Bravo. Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Losing Charlie. Objective Bravo. Enemy UAV active. All objectives are held by the enemy. Prove your control Bravo. We're taking Charlie. Objective Charlie secure. Enemy securing Bravo. We've lost Bravo. Hostile UAV in the area.
Moving here. Disregard that.
Friendly SAE on board. We're taking Alpha. Enemy securing Charlie. UAV active. The enemy holds 2 objectives. Securing objective Alpha. The enemy is gaining ground. Push the attack. Hostile IMS active.
What the fuck?
Hostile Mosquito is online.
Visual on the enemy.
I don't know where the hell that guy got shot from. I'm presuming above. Hey, I got stuck on the fire hydrant. Ain't kidding. This map's actually got some of the worst, like, spawns, like, in... Meaning you can get spawn trapped in a bad way, where there's not that much ways out.
We're losing Charlie. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy securing Charlie. We're taking Bravo. UAV standing by. Objective Bravo secure. We're taking Alpha.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Enemies taking Bravo.
Ah,
Securing Bravo.
that was a good coordination by those two. I don't think they meant to do it that way, but it worked out in their favor. the reload, man. Are you kidding?
The enemy has captured 2. Enemy UAV active. Securing objective Alpha. We control Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo.
Nah. That should have been a kill. I missed. I messed up.
Alliance active. Enemies securing Bravo. We control 2 objectives. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Losing ground. All objectives are held by the enemy. Protect yourself. Mission failed. Return to base.
What's up, Slayer? How you doing? There's something about this SOA subverter that I just feel like it's not where it should be. It might be my build, honestly. Like, I feel like I don't know, man. I think I need to, like, put some attachments on recoil or something on it, so when I'm stretching out the ranges, it's not so bouncy, maybe. It's not a good bell rifle for ranges too, man. And that's what I liked about it initially. But I think they've nerfed it so it's really bad at ranges now. I'm pretty sure they nerfed the ranges on it. So it's like become like quite a bit worse than it used to be. So it's lost any value that it used to have. Like, yeah, I think this gun might have taken a nerf and it's not been the same since possibly, and that's why I'm not feeling it. I want to change the optic on this, but
Operators, secure and make. We're taking Charlie. Charlie secure. We're taking Bravo. We control Bravo. We have taken the lead.
dude, there's so many optic. Yeah, this one. I don't know. I thought teammate got him. The way the name tags looked there.
We're losing Charlie.
Dude.
We're losing Alpha. Alpha is compromised. Get it back. We're taking Bravo. Enemy securing Charlie.
Teammate, why didn't you fucking help, man? What the shit are you doing?
Bravo. We're taking Alpha. Enemy holds all objectives. Do not fail here. Take them back. We've lost the lead. Alpha secure. Securing objective Charlie. Objective Charlie secure. We're losing Charlie. The enemy took Charlie. So he's online. Securing objective Bravo. Hostiles deploy the Mosquito. Enemies taking Alpha. Enemy has captured two objectives. Get them secure. Hostile SAE near your position. We're taking Bravo.
What is that?
Securing objective Bravo. Ready to deploy. Counter UAV is returning. Counter UAV standing by. We're taking Bravo. Copy. Counter UAV on contact. UAV is on station. Push them back. UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time. Counter UAV is securing objective Bravo. Hostiles launched the cruise missile.
No! I was trying to camp that spot because.
Securing objective Charlie. Counter secure. Enemy securing Charlie. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. Hostile SAE incoming. Friendly UAV online.
Oh, I was gonna execute!
We're taking Bravo. Enemies taking Alpha. Regroup and securing objective Alpha.
I don't know how enemies are getting so heavily streaked up on. I mean, teammates are getting so heavily streaked up on. But
Charlie, secure. We're taking Bravo. Hostile Mosquito is online. Control Bravo.
Copy. Counter UAV on station. Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon.
Charlie. We control 2 objectives.
this optic makes this gun so much better.
UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time.
It's actually what I've been looking for from this gun.
Securing objective Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
Solid copy. Counter.
Sky again, man.
Hit hard. We're taking Bravo. We're taking Alpha. The enemy holds 2 objectives. Secure those positions. Mission failed. Return to base.
Dude, that optic made a world of difference. I'm going to save that as my build for that gun.
Hostile cluster mine detected. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Return to base.
This Ching Chi was on the hard point the whole time. Well, this is a 2 minutes 53. The dude sacrificed everything for the win. Every time I was on the hard point, I was like trying to clear it, he was there lying down.
Hard point. Control the target area. Hardpoint located. Lock it down.
Dude, how, man, you get so far behind us.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV active. Hostile UAV.
Man, this team is shit, dude.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Hostile cluster mine active.
These guys are cheating.
Friendly UAV on station. The enemy is taking the lead. They're taking the lead. Our counter UAV is active. Next hard point. Stand by. We've lost the lead. Hard point relocated. Secure the target area. Enemy UAV active. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV active. Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
These guys are definitely cheating, dude.
Hostile secured a remote turret. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hostile cluster mine detected. Fight back.
These guys are extremely shady. Extremely.
Inside the perimeter. Friendly UAV on station. Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly counter UAV is online. Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Seconds remain. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Mark the target.
These guys were super shady.
Mission compromised.
Super shady. They were definitely not good. But they were cheating. I'm pretty sure these guys are cheating. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, they were good. It wasn't that they weren't good, but I think they were shady too. I think there's a combination of extreme shadiness that they were a little too aware of corners that they shouldn't have been aware of. I think they had walls on. That's what I'm saying. Why is the ping going up so high?
Hardpoint. Secure the target area. Target area located. We have taken the lead.
God, that was some weird lag.
I'm with you.
Secure the area.
Reloading.
Inside the perimeter. Hardpoint is compromised. Secure the area. Stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter. target area. Enemies inside the perimeter. You're halfway to mission complete. Finish it. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the infantry line. Friendly UAV on station. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Target area updated. Friendly cluster mine planted. Hostile cluster mine active.
Moving here.
Friendly UAV online. Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Moving here. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Friendly UAV on station.
Moving here. Ah, this sector could move.
Securing next hardpoint. Stand by. Target area updated. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Mission time is half over. Maintain the lead. Hostile Mosquito is online. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Oh, I dazed off there.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hostiles are on the run. Don't relent. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
Reloading. Moving this way.
Enemy UAV active.
Little bit space.
Domination. Capture and hold the objectives. I want Charlie secure.
I've got your back.
Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
Where the fuck did I spawn?
Securing objective Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. Hostile UAV in the area. We're taking Alpha. The enemy has captured two objectives. Get them secure. We control Alpha. We're taking Bravo. Enemy securing Charlie. We're losing Alpha. The enemy took Charlie. Securing objective Bravo. Hostile care package incoming. Objective Bravo secure. Enemy securing Bravo. Enemy is taking Bravo. We've secured the lead. Enemy is securing Bravo. Enemy is taking Bravo. We're taking Charlie. Hostiles deployed the remote turret. Enemy is securing Bravo.
Oh god, okay.
Enemy UAV active. We're taking Bravo. Securing objective Bravo. We're taking Bravo. Deploy the Mosquito. Securing objective Bravo. We're taking Bravo. We control Bravo. Friendly UAV on station. We're securing station. Enemies securing Bravo. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Hostile cluster mine detected. Friendly UAV online.
No, I switched my weapon, but he didn't do it, dude. I tried to switch to pistol and he didn't switch.
Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly UAV. Securing objective Bravo. Hostile care package deployed. Objective Bravo. UAV online. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Hostile Mosquito is online. We're taking Bravo. We control Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo. Counter UAV. Enemy securing Bravo. We control two objectives. Hostile AMS. Enemy taking Bravo. Hostile remote turret is active. Enemy securing Bravo. Missile supplied.
Solid copy.
Hostile care package incoming. Friendly UAV update. Enemy taking Bravo.
Yo, he's taking B, man.
Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
You just let him take it.
Securing objective Bravo.
Solid copy. Combat ready. Watch
Ready to deploy. Hostile Guardian has been
be a tie. Holy crap.
Mission compromised. It's a draw.
I actually don't like this map. It makes you think it's like a small map, so you can get away with small, like, close range stuff, but you can't. You need, like, medium, long range stuff. Medium range is the ideal in this map, actually. So it's like a deceptive small map, in my opinion. I mean, not saying you can't get away with it. It just depends on teammates and enemies, always. But I'm just saying how the map plays out. Plays out better for, like, medium range. I actually don't want to play it. Ah, fuck. And it's kind of a high ping. Ah, forget it. Who cares? I'm gonna get pistol action anyway, I guess.
Team deathmatch. Eliminate the enemy. Not alive. We've secured the lead. Enemy's taken.
I am leaving. I just don't want to play this map. Like, I feel like there are better maps for medium range weapons, right? Medium and long range weapons. And because it doesn't play good for close range, it's like this kind of, like, in my opinion, not a great map. I think if they had more boxes and stuff, so you had to, like, weave around it and all, so it becomes close range, then why is it? I don't want to do shipment either, unless we do melee weapon first. Let's see if it gets voted. It won't get voted out, dude. I mean, I guess we could do it. Nah. I like to end it with melee weapon. Yeah, I'm just gonna research. Yeah, these guys are definitely playing shipment. I should have stayed. I could have done pistol on shipment. Whatever. I don't know. I was just in the mood to run around with the pistol a little bit, get a little sneaky, get my Sam Fisher on. Even though it probably wouldn't work out very well for myself. It's a game in progress. So yard.
Neutralize hostiles. Have their tags to win. Simple enough. Friendly UAV on station. Confirm that one. Hostile Moscow is online.
What? There's no way. I was way further up, man. Hey, are you kidding? Dude.
Your half-life mission complete. Finish it. Kill confirmed.
The guy on top. But like if I climbed up the ladder, I feel like I wouldn't have.
The time is half over. Maintain the lead. Notch one.
I nearly had him there too, man.
The Overwatch helo inbound. Confirmed. Hostiles launched a cruise missile. Hostile UAV in the area.
On your six, baby.
UAV standing by. Friendly UAV online.
Ah.
Oh, snap.
Tag secure. Kill confirmed. Ready to deploy.
Moving here, moving here.
The spawns on this is getting so weird, dude. What the hell, man? Are you kidding, man? That should have been a kill, dude. How'd you not, man? That's pathetic of you, dude.
Friendly UAV on station.
Oh, fucking dork, man.
The mission's complete. Good work.
Dude, what is going on with my drift? This is not exactly the map I was hoping for as far as getting my Sam Fisher on, but it's good enough, I guess. Spoilyard's too straightforward. So, even though you can maneuver around it and stuff like that, it's not, and because of the darker like setting on this, it worked out fine, I guess, ish. But not what I meant. I wanted to traverse some larger map, actual, and get the sneak, flank, and all that. With Spoilyard, you already can't get the flank and all that. I mean, I guess none of these maps you can get the flank. The minute you do, like, your whole team spawns behind you. No longer becomes the flank. Just becomes your spawn side. What happened to the Splinter Cell like franchise, man? That this is what like Ubisoft is such a like moron, like kind of like company. The Splinter Cell like franchise, it was like the perfect game to just serialize like over like one every other year minimum. Every other year, just release a new Sam Fisher like Splinter Cell like story like campaign. And then if you want to tack on like some multiplayer, that's your choice. But every year, just release a really solid campaign experience for like Splinter Cell. It would sell. It would have sold. Now I don't know. Like I don't even know if like the kids know who Sam Fisher is, man. But like when it was like 10 years ago and stuff like that, dude, could have easily. I don't know why this guy's hiding in a cubby. What's gonna happen? You're gonna earn a streak hiding there? Put my face in that barrel. I should have got that. Dude, you should be able to swing your sword in gas, man. Come on. Oh my god, what is this? I was trying to pick ammo. What are you doing, man? Get out of my way. Dude, I hate how you get pushed in this game. Hey, I threw, man. It should have hit. It's such a strange, like, I'm telling you, it almost doesn't feel right, but I prefer it still. I'm not backing down. But it almost doesn't feel right playing on shipment and not having like some VTOL or chopper in the air, like hearing that noise in the background. Like it's just gunfire. That's all you can hear in like the streakless mode, right? It doesn't feel normal, but I feel plays so much better, dude. I don't care how it feels. It just plays better. It's just more enjoyable. Right. I know what I'm doing. Need to preview this first. This is a good addition to the melee weapon category. If you have like any reservations of grinding out melee weapon, this is worth it. This one's actually worth grinding out, and well, I mean, I guess there's no grind to it. But like, I mean, camo challenges, I guess, or unlocking it. It's worth unlocking for sure. I don't know what camo challenges and all will happen, I guess. But the only thing you need to be aware of, like the difference, and this is a bit of like, you need to use the quick melee. Don't use like the trigger or something. If you have like the trick with this one, I think there's like a button that you can press for the quick melee, but I'm not sure like what the button is. But like it's usually the quick melee is either like pushing the R3, right? The normal melee button when you have a weapon in your hand. But I think there's also like one of the corresponding buttons that you can press instead of R3 for quick melee. But if you pull the trigger, you do that long melee thing, right? And it ruins the weapon. Like that long melee, you'll get yourself like killed more often than not. So what I do is like, I programmed like the R3 on one of my back paddles, which I do anyway. I actually disable R3 because I don't like it on my thumbstick. Or I guess you can use the brawler or some other, like, depends on whatever I just use the classic settings, right, for controller button layout. But then I disable R3 and I put like the R3 button on the back paddle. So utilize that back paddle, basically utilize the quick melee on it, and it's like a beast of a melee weapon. Like all too often when I see people like running around with the Soul Render, or even in like this stream, right? They're using the long melee, where you get caught in the animation. It's like that finishing move animation. It's really stupid to use this weapon that way. It just like shows that you don't know what you're doing with it when you're like running around just utilizing that. Sure, it's a bit trolly when you get it down, but more times than not, you're not going to be doing well with the weapon utilizing that. Quick melee is where this weapon excels and adds the fun value to it. Obviously, if there's a riot shield and all, then you do the like, whatever, the long one. The back of it looks cool. It looks all right. I mean, definitely a repeat pattern and all that. That's obvious, right? But still, kind of a fun one. Anyway, I guess I'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll save it. Oh wait, we didn't do the preview also. Animation. This way you can at least see the glow in the dark aspect of it. This is the only benefit of the Riot Shield preview, because it's such a janky preview. But if there are glow in the dark elements, at least you can see it properly. But when there's no glow in the dark, it just feels like a janky preview, because all you see is this back end that's usually covered in shadow. It doesn't do the like proper preview of the Riot Shield, like showing the whole thing in the front and all that. But yeah, it's a good way to showcase glow in the dark action. Or illuminated lights action. huge launcher. I mean, I'm siding to Stormender, I guess. Or, you know what, let's go Joker. Let's mix it up with the digital thing. I'm spacing right now. Feeling a bit spacey. Just giving you guys a heads up. I'm done as far as gameplay goes. Just gonna do outro now. Check out the camo one more time and do outro. So if you guys are waiting for gameplay, done for the day. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to play a little bit of Battlefield. We'll do a little weekly challenge grind. I have some weekly challenges. So I'm going to switch over to Battlefield. I'll probably start a new stream, so it's like a different stream. So it's not tied to this one. Although it'll just... I don't know, man. I don't like mixing games when I'm showcasing content. Yeah, I'll probably just start a new stream so it doesn't mislead people when I crop out that section. Or I'll definitely unlist the Battlefield stream because it'll just be chill play. Or I could just do it on this stream as bonus section, I guess. Who cares, man? Mislead people, man. Fuck that. I entertain them, so. And then once it gets cropped out, right? Starting a new stream and all is like, what's the point? Especially when you're just gonna like unlist it immediately. So yeah, probably bonus section Battlefield, I guess. Critical Countdown, the Gua DNA strip, 6,250 reward, I guess, collection. Exerting Control. But let's go through it one last time so we can talk about it and, you know, I can utilize thumbnail nonsense. So again, like yesterday, I'm pleasantly surprised with the glow-in-the-dark action and stuff like that. I think that was cool. Nice little addition. And I actually do like the mixture of glow-in-the-dark. Well, I guess it's not glow-in-the-dark. It's illuminated because you can see it's lit up and it's always lit up. But, you know, it's just more visible in the dark areas. But I also like the fact that, you know, like the buttons, you can still like read the text in the buttons and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. I like that. What happened, Noonie Noonie? No, Noonie. Okay, so I like it, and just generally it's decent. And I think what I said yesterday holds true to this one. I think what they've done, they're starting to do is kind of pull back on not the creativity, but like maybe pushing the limits as far as like the universal camos go. And my theory is they're saving it for the next game. So we're gonna see significantly more innovation come the end of this game, leading up to the next game, and then the next game will push the innovation as far as the universal camos go. So I do think this also like falls under that same category. So I don't think like they were, you know, not trying to be innovative or thing. I think they are actually purposely holding back on it, you know. Again, I do still think like I like the mixture of the color combination that's being illuminated, the green and the orange. So I like that for sure. But as far as creativity goes, before I saw it was like kind of like, you know, lit up, right? The buttons were lit up and all. I appreciate that a lot, right? I do. And I think that adds the value to like it being a event camo and stuff like that, right? So I'm not against the camo. But what I was thinking that could have been an interesting aspect to this camo is Now I don't know how like I presume like because there are animations to camos and stuff like that. I presume camos work in a layer level, like in Photoshop or when you're doing images, you have layers, right? Okay, and you kind of like blend in layers to mix it together to create a new image, right? And like have this kind of like effect going and stuff like that, right? That's how you create like like you blend things into a single thing, you know? You kind of like it's like sort of the concept of cut and paste, you know, into something, right? But it's layered, right? Dude, I don't. I'll get back to what I'm saying. That it doesn't really show well on this one, on this weapon. But I actually, whoa, what the hell's going on there? I hate the way the camo coverage is on the Haymaker. This feels like there's an aftermarket part on it, so you get this like secondary portion thing on it. But this one doesn't have the aftermarket part on the Haymaker. It's just really weird camo coverage on this weapon. I don't like it. Usually, like it's like kind of. But I guess as far as like showcasing the second, like, so the one thing you can say about the Haymaker, at least this build, is you can very clearly see the secondary portion of the camo and the primary portion. So it looks like the secondary portion is like a little faded image on it or something like that, I guess. But yeah, it's just weird, man. I really don't like how like the camo coverage works on the Haymaker. So yeah, getting back to like what I thought could have been a creative aspect, and this might be something they want to think about for like future camos and stuff like that, is so I was thinking it'd be cool if there were this camo showcased multi-layered stuff. Okay, so like multi-layered animations and switches. Okay, so man, I kind of want to show it on something that shows it fully. But when I say that, okay, this is better. So you have one layer that might just be the scan, the radar scan, right? So you mask, like, so you have the base camo, and then you have the next layer is the radar scan, okay? And the animation is the radar rotating. So you mask off everything else, and just where the radar scan is on this, so this is for people on the creative side of it. This is not going to be like super like useful for like regular people. But you've got the first layer is the base camo, right? And then you've got a second layer, which is the animation of the radar scan. So you just have that circle and the rest is masked off. So that's your next layer, right? And the animation is playing of the radar sweeping, right? Then you have a third layer, or so like it depends on like what I'm presuming is you can only have certain kind of animations playing on a layer, right? So you have the sweep is one layer, and then it'd be interesting to have a real clock. So another layer would be the clock, right? And I was just thinking about it, man, like how cool would it be to have like a universal camo that either is a real clock that is counting down maybe the time of the like a match, so it's counting down the timer of the match, right? Even though it's not like, you know, like obviously if the match ends early because, you know, like the game ends because, you know, you score enough points or whatever, that's not the point. But it could be like the timer of the match, right? Or you could have like a kill counter, right? Like, so instead of having a gun screen, right? Or like the watch back in 2019, right? You actually have a camo that has the kill counter. And this would be another kind of layer on this thing, right? So that like the timer is an actual active timer, but it's a layer on the camo. So you have the timer clicking down. So you have one layer that's the base camo. The next layer is just a masked off section of the radar sweep, the animation of the radar sweep. Another layer where it's the clock countdown, right? And then what could be like this, just going with the layers, right? You could have another layer where the buttons are changing. So like it starts off like with this side lit up and then that side lit up, you know, like wherever these like the red and the green buttons are, right? You can just have them kind of like flickering, switching on and off, on and off. So this could have been like a multi-layered animated camo, right? It could have been interesting. I don't know how viable that is as far as like size, like file, like I'm presuming they're limited by size, right? So the more layers you have on an image or animation or whatever, the file becomes much bigger. So you're increasing the file size a lot, right? So I think that might be the limitation currently with the universal camos. But it'd be interesting if they could increase the like file size potentials for universal camos to provide for these kind of like multi-layered universal camos that has multiple things going on at the same time. And just because of the way the layer system works, you can mask off the other things. So like you have multiple different styles of animations playing out on the same camo, right? And I know like the blueprint sort of has that animation going on, right? But I think depending on restrictions and like things like that, in my head, it seems like that is a possibility that could be done, right? Again, I would wager there would be file size restrictions and stuff like that that would need to be increased to accommodate a much larger layered file for universal camo. But I think that's something they should consider doing in the future, like games and stuff like that, because it definitely opens up more interesting ways of animating a static camo, right? Like just imagine you have these lights kind of coming on and off, like the radar sweep is happening, the timer's clicking, and yet it's a universal camo. It's not just a blueprint, right? That's where I'm getting at. And just theoretically, like in my head, based on my knowledge of photography, not animation and stuff, like not computer animations, that should be theoretically possible. But then again, how it's implemented into like the game as a universal camo and all is where I'm not like super familiar with. And I'd wager there'd need to be upgrades to the system in the game to accommodate something like that, right? But it would be something that I think they should definitely consider for like the future game, right? It would be so cool, right? This camo would just be like on another level if those things were happening, right? The radar was sweeping, the buttons were flickering on and off, you know, and the green ones were coming on and the orange ones were going off, and it's just kind of switching around and stuff like that. And just going another step further, okay? This I just thought of, right? But what if there was a unique animation, preview animation for a universal camo? Similar to how like Mastercrafts and stuff like that have unique animations, right? What if like, okay, let's stick with the pistol on this one because it shows up kind of interestingly, right? What if the unique animation, if you put this camo on there, is you look at the like pistol and where that red button is, you press it. And this activates like some of the animations that I was just talking about earlier, right? So it's just something even further that you can go with on a universal camo. Now, again, I know they do this stuff with the blueprints. I know they do this stuff with Mastercrafts. I'm just saying like, these are just interesting thoughts that could potentially take the concept of utilizing the universal camos to that kind of next level where it's got even more value, right? So you have this kind of like universal camo and you have this preview animation, and just based on wherever that red button is, he'll look at the button and press it, you know? And then suddenly things happen on the like gun, right? On the like camo or something like that, right? It's just, I understand that's a lot of extra effort for just a basic universal camo, but it's just things that, you know, could be interesting to think about, like these possibilities. I definitely think the like concept of like a special like preview animation, weapon preview animation for tied to a universal camo, I do think that might be like a little over the top as far as development workload goes. But man, wouldn't that be just something so different even if it's not you pressing the button and all, but just having a unique animation tied to the camo, that alone is kind of like a fascinating concept that should theoretically be kind of possible, I guess. I'm guessing the problem is because there's so many different weapons the camo goes onto, tying all the weapons to a unique animation would be a bit much, right? But just having that kind of core concept is like, oh, that could be something that adds even more value to those camos, right? But yeah, definitely my initial idea was, I definitely think the unique animation, that is a hope in hell. That I honestly don't even think that would be possible in the next game. That's something I'd expect and hope to see maybe like 5-10 years down the line. And like if they're still doing universal camos, they have these other bells and whistles tied to it, right? So the other thing I was thinking about, this more on the riot shield, is I kind of wish this repeated animation was a little more. I feel it repeats a little too quickly. Like, I know there's quite a lot going on in the box, right, before it repeats. But like when you look at it on the weapon, it feels like it's repeating a lot faster than it should, which is what I find a little bit off-putting by the design. I like the design and all, but just the way, like, even though it is actually technically a pretty large, sample size of before it repeats, right? There's quite a bit, like at least 4 segments there, right? But I don't know why. It just felt like it was repeating a lot faster. So maybe having 6 segments or even like 8 segments and then repeat it would have been, I think, a little bit more in line without it feeling. But I still like it. I think the layered idea, I think that is something that is more likely possible for the next game. Like, I would almost expect to see something like that, right? Come Black Ops 6, or even maybe near the end of this game life, where you can see like multiple like animations being played out because of like just multiple layers on the camo, and just having the bulk of certain sections masked off, but just the animation in small areas being played out. So you have like multiple layered animations playing out, but only in certain sections, right? So yeah, using the mask to like block off other areas, but having it play out in very specific areas, allowing you to have varying animations going on the same camo. Could be an interesting way to play it out. I genuinely think it'd be so cool to have like a live countdown going on your camo, or the live radar sweep happening just on the radar, right? And the buttons flickering on and off in varying patterns on the thing. That would just make this camo like alive almost, right? Again, I think the glow-in-the-dark aspect of it and all that, I like it though. I still like it, right? I don't expect that kind of level of ingenuity at the moment. But I do hope like the developers are thinking in those lines, right? And maybe trying to get to that point where it becomes possible to do things like that on the regular. We'll check out the mastery weapon, because they do it in the blueprint. It's just like, it's a blueprint though, so it's like, all right, whatever. So yeah, Critical Countdown, the Gua DNA collection, final reward, Exerting Control, checked out. It's not the mastery reward, it's just a certain section. But yeah, collect the pink DNA strips, 6,250 total value of strips, I guess, depending on, I don't know how much they're valued per strip and all. But yeah, get that collection before the end of the event, and you will unlock the Exerting Control. Now, obviously, like I said, if you do complete the entire event, meaning collect all the various colored DNA strips requirements, 12,500 for the blue, 12,500 for the orange, 9,350 for the yellow, and 6,250 for the pink, you will unlock yourself the World Ender Mastery Reward, FR 5.56 blueprint, which is this. So here they do have like that kind of like multiple things going on, animations going on, right? This is where I was like, this is kind of like where they tease what is possible, right? And in my head, it's like, yeah, this is really cool. It's like a blueprint, so it makes sense, right? But in my head, as far as the camo goes, this theoretically could be possible as a universal camo. The only difference between what this would be doing versus the universal camo, right, is the placement, right? This, you can kind of like place exactly where you want these things to be happening, and so it looks the best, right? Whereas the universal camo, it's kind of like luck of the draw of where the placement happens, right? But the same animations of the sweeping radar, or like, for example, the number changing, or even like the little wave thing, right? You have multiple animations happening. That theoretically could be done on the universal camo also. It's just the placement will be kind of randomized on your weapon, right? Which honestly doesn't matter so much in my opinion. Like, I think if you had these kind of animations playing out, like, it still would be really cool, right? Even if it was kind of like placed the way the Exerting Control was placed on the other weapons, right? But yeah, this is the mastery reward. These are the attachments. I'm not going to go through everything. If you want to see the camo coverage, this is camo coverage. It's got like strange camo coverage, where that wave thing is kind of interesting, the way the camo coverage works on the wave. Oh, even the sweep's got some funkiness going on here. But yeah, this is the, like I said, I'm not going to do a separate stream showcasing this. It's cool and all. I like it, but... And it looks like a decent build too. Like, I don't think I would have a problem utilizing it. The build looks good. It's just like, I don't really care. Don't really care. Let's see what the Exerting Control looks like on it. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, the World Ender. It's a cool blueprint. And it does, like I said, look like a good build. Like, I don't think I think I'd actually enjoy using it, but I just don't want to do blueprint streams anymore. Well, I want to minimize the blueprint streams as much as I can. But yeah, I do think like the way the animations work on that, it should theoretically be possible to do it on a universal camo also. It's just like how like it's sort of weirdly placed sometimes. It's like, you know, but still. I mean, all in all, I actually really did like the camo. It was a neat little like thing, you know, looking at the buttons and then being able to read like what the buttons do and stuff like that. Having the like the button symbols on it, and you can kind of see through the glow. I like them. I liked it. I liked it. So even though I think there's potential for taking it further, I think the way it is at the moment is fine, and I liked it, and it's not bad. I mean, I don't know how long that 6,250 that will take time to grind out. I'd reckon at least like 5-6 hours of game time jumping in, if not more than that. Like I hadn't made any progress on that pink thing, the pink section, when I jumped on day before yesterday. And it took a good portion of day before yesterday's stream before I completed that section, and then it took a bit of the yesterday's streams before I completed the event in its entirety. So yeah, if you haven't made too much progress on it, like I think I made like half progress on the first and second DNA stuff, but the other two I hadn't made much progress on at all because I hadn't been playing the game. It took a bit. So might want to jump on if you want these things before the event ends. People have been like speculating that there might be a part 2 to this DNA event or something like that, because the season is themed around like this kind of like whatever, the DNA bomb that they've added, right, in replacement for the MGB. And you know, things are going on with the DNA bomb in Warzone. So like people are like wondering if this event will lead to a part 2 DNA kind of like, or whatever, themed reloaded, which I guess might most likely will happen, because the storyline as far as this season goes is there's like some DNA bomb in Warzone and something's going to happen, but it's only going to happen in season reloaded, like season 4 reloaded. So there's got to be some furtherness to this event, I guess. We'll see. But yeah, that's it for today. Like I said, I'm gonna switch over to Battlefield. It's just gonna be bonus section. I'm not gonna start a new stream, but I'm gonna grind out the weekly challenges in Battlefield for a bit and then call it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already. I've sort of finished everything I wanted to do in the season 4 first half. So I might not necessarily have any reason to jump onto Call of Duty for the next few days. So I might be just doing chill plays in other games. But we'll get back to Call of Duty come fresh content, which I guess I think the Reloaded is the end of this week, right? End of this like gaming week. So in the next playlist update. So soon enough, we'll be back to COD. But yeah, this is the last of it for the next few days. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already. And I will catch you later. Bye. Yeah, it's a fun camo. I do like it. And definitely appreciated the various aspects of glow-in-the-dark and the 2-color stuff or whatever. Illuminated lights, not glow-in-the-dark. Illuminated sections of the camo.